A wonderful morning to you all, my dear children. Chandani Views welcomes you for the Nature's online class. Class 4. Subject Science. Lesson number 2. And the topic is food making in plants. Hi children. How are you all? Hope you are fine with your good health. Children, did you see me anywhere? No problem. Let me tell you. I am located in every region wherever the humans grow me. Sometimes even the birds made my seeds when they fly. At the time I will grow. I even located in the roadside of our Chandani Views. Did you see me? Next time when you go to your school, see me. I will feel happy when you see me. You can also plant many trees. Okay, children. How was the first lesson? Have you remembered the first lesson? Yes, you have learnt about my life. That is, plants, habits, and adaptation. Today, we can see about the food making in plants. Now, I will tell you how the plants prepare their foods. Introduction. Plants form the basic source of food for all the living beings. All the living beings, they used to take the food from the help of the plants. Only plants can make their own food. Plants are the only living things that prepare their own food. Plants have lots of leaves to make their food. As we can see a number of leaves that can present in the plant. Leaves are green in color because of a pigment called chlorophyll. So you can see the color of the leaves in a plant, that is green in color. The green color in plant is due to the presence of pigment called chlorophyll. Green color leaves only have chlorophyll and they can produce the food for the plant. So it also helps to produce the food and also gives the green color, that is a pigment called chlorophyll. We have seen green plants prepare their food. Now we need to know how other plants prepare their food. Other colorless plants are lived with the help of dead and decaying plants. So only the green plants can produce their food. Non-green plants are unable to produce the food. Let's see the leaves of the plant. Leaves. So I have already told you the plant has n number of leaves in it. The leaves of a plant carry out the important work of making food. So the leaf in a plant that plays a major role of preparing the food. That's why they are known as a kitchen of the plant. The leaves get water from soil, carbon dioxide from the air and energy from the sun. So they can absorb the water from soil with the help of the roots and carbon dioxide from the air with the help of the small pores in the leaves called stomata and energy from the sun with the help of the stomata. So with the help of water, carbon dioxide and energy, they can produce a food. So leaves are the important part of a plant, and it's also plays a major role in producing food. So they are known as the kitchen of the plant. We have seen about the leaves of the plant. Now we can see the structure of a leaf. Structure of a leaf. The leaves of a plant carry out the important work of making food. So they are called as kitchen of the plant. The leaves get water from soil, carbon dioxide from air, and energy from the sun. Let's see the parts of the leaves now. Leaf is one of the part of the plant, whereas the leaves has a different parts. Now we will see it in a brief way. So this is the leaf. You can see a side vein, and this one is the main vein. So children, when you hold the leaf against the light, you can able to see the main vein, that is one large vein from the bottom of the leaf to the tip of the leaf. So with the help of the main vein, there will be a number of side veins which form a network. So it will be like a network. As same as we can see the structure of a leaf. Structure of a leaf. So we can see the structure of the leaf with the pictorial representation. Leaves of most plants are broad and flat with different shapes and sizes. Some leaves may be thin. They are made up of a many layer of cells. These cells will be arranged like a sandwich between the upper and the lower layer of the flat cells. So you can see the upper and lower layer, right? The topmost layer is known as upper layer, and the bottommost layer is known as the lower layer. So see, this is the air space. So there will be a air space present in the leaf, and there will be also the stomata. Stomatas are usually found in the lower layer of a leaf. So ma'am has told you there will be a upper layer and lower layer. Stomatas are used to present in the lower layer of a leaf. The leaves breathe in carbon dioxide from the air through these stomatas. So there will be a small opening in the lower layer. They are known as the stomata. The structures parts of leaves are doing lot of things. Each and every part of my leaves is useful for making the food. Now we can see how the food making process is held in the plants. Let's see now. Food making in plants. So we have already seen that leaf plays a major role in making a food. The food made in the leaves of the plants. Only green plants which contain chlorophyll prepare the food. There is an important process of the food making. Do you know what is that? Okay, let me tell you. That is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is nothing but it is the process used by the plants to make their food. Let's see briefly about the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. It's the process of making food in the plants. The process of food making in the leaves of a plant with the help of water, carbon dioxide, sunlight, and chlorophyll is known as photosynthesis. So these four are the essential things in photosynthesis. That is the process of making food. What are they? Water, carbon dioxide, sunlight and chlorophyll. Here, photo means light and synthesis means to put together. The light which put all these together and makes a food. Plant absorbs sunlight and turn that energy into food. This process is known as photosynthesis. So the leaves used to absorb the sunlight from the sun and turns the sunlight into an energy. The process of changing sunlight into energy is known as photosynthesis. There is a process of photosynthesis. How human beings write the process of photosynthesis? Do you know? Can we see now? Food making in plants. So, the chlorophyll present in the green leaves helps to change the water and carbon dioxide into food called starch or sugar. For this, they also need energy from sunlight. So, the process is called photosynthesis. Here, photo means light and synthesis means putting all these things together. The photosynthesis can be written as carbon dioxide from air plus water from soil, which gives sugar plus oxygen with the help of converting sunlight and chlorophyll. Photosynthesis. The sugar is used as food by the plant. So during this process, plants give out oxygen into the atmosphere. So it takes a carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen. Some of the sugar is used as a food by the plant. So we have seen that sugar and oxygen will come out. So oxygen will mixed with the air and sugar will be serves as a food for the parts of the plant. It also sends the prepared food to other parts through their stem. The rest of the food will be stored in leaves, roots, stems, fruits and seeds. So what the rest of the food, where will it store? It used to store in the leaf, root, stem, fruits and seeds. On this definition, we have seen about the starch. Starch is nothing but sugar. You can ask me that how can we find the starch present in the plants? This is a right question. We plants know the presence of the starch. But you human beings will not know whether the starch is present in it or not. This will be briefly explained by the scientist named as Angelina. Hi children, I am going to tell you about the presence of starch in the leaf. Now, how to find the starch presence? Do anyone have any ideas? No problem, let me tell you. We humans need to know whether the starch are present or not in the leaf. We need to do a test on the leaves. By this test, we came to know the presence of starch in the leaf. Now we can see the experiment of the leaves. The name of this test is Test for the presence of starch. First, we can see the full experiment. Test for the presence of starch. So, there are 3 steps that we are going to do. The first one is we are going to boil the leaf in a water. The second one is we are going to add alcohol in a test tube and then we have to put the leaf inside. Then we have to place the test tube inside the beaker and we have to heat it. And the third one is adding iodine and the leaf turns blue-black due to the addition of iodine in the leaf. To show sunlight is essential for photosynthesis, we have to cover the leaf parts. Add iodine to the bleached leaf. The leaf turns blue-black color except the area that is covered by the sheet. All the other area will be turned into a blue-black color. Let me explain the test one by one clearly. Test for the presence of starch. So the first step is boiling leaf in the water. Step 1. So what are the materials you can stay here? Stand, beaker, leaf, water and burner. So these we have to take first. First we need one green leaf for experiment. Then we have to take a beaker to keep the leaf and the boil water. Next we have to take a water and we need a stand to place the beaker and the burner to lighten the beaker. So we have to fire the burner first and then put under the stand. Then we have to take one beaker with water and place it on the sand. After the water gets boiled, put the leaf in the beaker and again boil it. Step 2. So now the things we needed is boiled leaf, beaker, alcohol, stand and burner to remove the chlorophyll. We have to fire the burner and put under the stand. Then we have to take one beaker with alcohol and place it on the stand. Put the boiled leaf in the beaker and boil it again. This will remove the chlorophyll and the leaf turns into bleached leaf. So in the step 2, we are removing the chlorophyll from the leaf. So for that removal of chlorophyll, we are using alcohol. With the help of the alcohol, by heating the beaker, the color in the chlorophyll in the leaf, it comes out and it turns into a bleached leaf, that is colorless leaf. Test for the presence of starch. Step 3. In step 3, we are adding iodine and leave the leaf to turn into blue or black color. Third, we need a bleached leaf plate and a iodine. We have to place the bleached leaf in the plate. After that, we have to add the iodine to the bleached leaf. The bleached leaf is the leaf that we have taken from the result of step 2. Now the leaf turns blue-black color. So we are taking the bleached leaf. In that bleached leaf, we are adding a iodine. After adding the iodine, the leaf color turns into a blue-black color. This shows that the leaf contains starch in it. When there is a starch in the leaf color will changes to blue black when you add iodine to it. To show sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. Step 1. So we need one potted plant and black pepper. Potted plant is nothing, the plant that is planted inside a pot. Cover one of the leaf with the black pepper on both sides, leaving some pots uncovered. So in that potted plant, you just cover one of the leaf with the black cover on both the front and back side of the leaf. Leave another leaves to be free. Keep this plant in a dark for about 2 days. So keep this plant from away from the sunlight, that is you have to place it in a dark place for nearly 2 days. Now place the plant in the sunlight for few hours. So after that is placed in a dark place, take it outside and placed it in the sunlight for few hours. Now remove the black pepper from the leaf. Now bleached leaf is ready. So see this picture, it shows you clearly how to cover the leaf. To show sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. Step 2. So the things that we needed for step 2 is we need bleached leaf and iodine. Now add iodine to the bleached area of leaf. You can see the bleached leaf turns blue-black color. But covered area of leaf does not change into blue-black color. This shows that the pot of leaf covered did not contain starch. Thus, we can say that sunlight is essential for making starch. So see the first picture, we have covered a small pot of the leaf with the black color cover. So what happened? After keeping it in a dark place for 2 days, we are keeping it in a sunlight. So after that, you remove the black cover. Other than the covered place, all the leaf will become blue-black. Only the covered place will not change its color. This shows that sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. So first one, adding iodine to the bleached leaf. The second one is the leaf turns blue-black color. To show chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Before testing with iodine and after testing with iodine, how it looks. To show photosynthesis is necessary, to show chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Step 1. We need one closel leaf and iodine. So take one closel leaf and iodine. Keep the leaf in the sunlight for a few hours. Draw down its outline showing the green color on non-green patches. Now bleach the leaf. Test the leaf with iodine. Green part of the leaf turns into blue-black color and non-green part did not turn blue-black. This shows that chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. So see this picture clearly, children. We have to keep it in a sunlight for some hour. Then you have to color it with green and non-green patches. So the green color of the leaves will able to, while you are applying iodine, the green color part will able to change into blue-black color, where the non-green part, they are not able to change its colors. So it shows that chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. These are all the tests for the plant's leaf. Now the tree will continue how useful does the plants in the human life. Thank you scientist Angelina for explaining the test. I am going to tell you how useful we are to the living beings. We are very useful to the animals and the human beings. Let me tell you how the plants are useful. Uses of plants. Plants and grasses are the main source of food for both man and animals. Yes, we are taking a food from the plants and the trees, as well as animals also taking the food from the plants. So it plays an important role for producing food for themselves and also for the other living organisms. The food which we eat basically comes from the plants of the grass family. So what are the foods we are having? We are having rice, wheat, sugarcane. All these are from the grass family of the plant. Cereals. So you can see the pictures. These are known as the cereals like rice, wheat and sugarcane. Cereals such as rice, wheat, bajra, jowar, sugarcane and bamboo belong to the grass family of the plant kingdom. So see the picture clearly children. Grasses will be smaller in size and these cereals are also same like the grasses, but it is larger in size. But these comes under the family of grasses under the plant kingdom. The grains of wheat and barley are separated from the plants and ground well to form flour with which we make bread and chapatis. So, wheat and barley, they will be like a seeds inside those grasses. So after it's matured, once the plant of wheat and barley are matured, they used to separate the wheat and barley from the grasses. Okay, that is during the harvesting time. So they will make the wheat and the barley to be grounded well in a sunlight. After that they will make it a flour, that is a powdery constance, that is known as flour. So with the help of the flour we can make a chapati. So how mom will prepare a chapati? She used to get the wheat flour and she used to mix it with water, then it will be in a tight content and we used to do a chapati. So like this only we are preparing chapati. The bread also forms a same procedure but it is made in a factory. Sugar. So these are the sugar cane. It will also like a grass texture and comes under the grass family. Sugarcane plant also belongs to the grass family. The stem of plant is crushed in machines and the juice is used to make sugar and jaggery. So how the sugar and jaggery is made? Sugar and jaggeries are made with the help of the sugarcane juice. You can see in the roadways, right? They are supplying sugarcane juice. What they will do? They will cut the sugarcane and they will drill it in the machine. When the machine runs, the sugarcane goes in and comes out. While it goes in and comes out, the sugarcane juice can be collected in the under of the machine with the help of a bottle or some other glasses. So with those help of the juices, the sugar and the jaggeries are producing. We can directly drink the sugarcane juice also. It is good for health. Next come fodder. Grasses are also used as a food for animals like crows, sheep, buffaloes, goats and horses. So you can see in the cow shed near the farmer's house or in the villages, right? There will be a bundle of grasses which are used as a food for the animals like crows, sheep, bulls. goats, horses, etc. So the cows used to chew the grasses. The remains of cereal crops are stored and fed to the cattle. So the remaining cereal crops will be fed to the cattle. They will be storing it in the cattle for later purposes. See, these are the grasses. You can see the pictures like this near the farmer's house or in the village side. These kind of cereals will be stored in the cattle for later use. Humans and animals can't live without plants. Your basic foods are coming from the plants only. We are useful to humans in another way also. Many types of grasses are used to make paper. Do you know that, children? Not only in that way, we are useful in many ways like this. We can see them now. How we are useful in the building materials. Building materials. So the plants like bamboos, plum trees, leaves are used in a building materials. People use bamboo to make door frame and as a pillars for the walls of a hut. What is hut? Yes, hut is one type of the houses. It is made up of a bamboo stakes and it is made up of the leaves of coconut tree and palm tree leaves. So for the door should be strong, right? For every house the door should be strong. So with the help of the bamboo stake they used to build a door for the hut. Palm and bamboos are used for making the thatched roof of a hut. Yes, there will be a roof in the upper portion of the hut and in the side walls. So it is made with the help of palm and bamboos. As a soil binder, the roots of the grasses help to bind the soil together and thus prevent the soil from erosion. So in hilly region there will be a soil erosion causes oftenly. So the trees are planted to avoid this soil erosion. So the roots will grow strong and it avoid those soil erosion. Thus, we can say that grasses and other plants are useful to us in many ways. So, we plants are useful in the food, buildings, etc. Without us, you can't survive. So, we are the basic source of all the things. I request you to save the trees. Trees help you in many ways. Plant trees, don't cut the trees unwantedly. Have you understood, children? Do you have any doubt? So, what are the topics that we have learned in today's lesson? We have learned about the structure and parts of leaf, then food making in plants, test for the presence of starch, then test to show sunlight is essential for photosynthesis, to show chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis, and the uses of grasses. Yes, so trees are useful for us in many ways. So plant the trees as much as possible in your houses, nearby places. Don't cut the trees unnecessarily. Okay, bye. See you in the next class with the most interesting topics. Until then, keep revising me again and again. Thank you, children. Bye. Take care. Don't forget to plant the trees and don't cut the trees also. Have a good health and have a good part. Thank you all. Bye.